Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Stank Weasel here with another regular dose of irregular content. So it's been about 10 days or so since I've posted a Phasmophobia update video, despite you may have seen there's been a handful of updates that have been applied to the beta branch. Well, somebody had mentioned in the comments that I've had a few people comment saying, hey man, like show us some other stuff too. So I've been trying to just keep an eye on what's new and changed in the change notes, and not a lot's changed. So even though we had a patch today that got reverted, I figured I would just kind of cover the changes and additions since the last time I actually did an update video, because not a lot's really changed. It's really been just pages of bug fixes, and that's frankly not fun to listen to, not fun to read through, nor would I, have any expectation of positivity from you guys saying, oh wow, really glad that glow stick's not so bright anymore. So yeah, I don't want to waste your time either. So as of today, February 1st, there was supposed to be a change that looks like it's going to get fixed and probably re-implemented, very soon, where the Ghost AI will now target any player that gets close to it while it's already chasing another player in a hunt. So while this seems like, ooh, scary, it actually sounds like a kind of a cool strategy thing, because a lot of us just toy with the Ghost now anyway. We've kind of gotten adjusted to the different hunt mechanics and features and how each behaves, assuming it's not a Revenant when it gets that speed upgrade. But while the Revenant shoes are still untied, you can still kind of tinker with and kind of fool about when you're not afraid of the scenario that you're in. So I think that's actually kind of cool to be able to, we already used the sound thing, so we'll scream its name and cause it to come after one of us instead, whenever I'm playing in either public lobbies or with friends, in order to buy time for someone that it may be close to. So we just do our best to kind of remain aware of the scenario and leverage the in-game mechanic, creative use of in-game mechanics. January 30th, there is an improved movement on the ghost orbs. So while I have done the video within the game file showing that the ghost orbs spawn within the actual ghost models themselves, looks like the animation set's not particularly super random anymore. It's more still spawning within the ghost, but it looks like it's more condensed and contained to the point where there is an emitter that remains in the room so that you can see where the ghost is supposed to spawn or its favorite room. Lots of air quotes here because there's a lot of speculation without just me throwing code up on the screen for no reason and being like, good job guys, read it. Reduced the night vision brightness on School and Asylum, so I guess the cameras were a little washed out on the placed cameras as well as the ones that are in the map. January 29th, glow sticks will now have the same brightness as when you're holding them as when they're thrown. So neat change. Slightly reduced the range of the glow sticks light, sad face. Tripods will now place closer to you, so you can now place them in the corners. So if you're not playing on VR, which is the majority of the population, my assumption, you can now put them back in corners and get them kind of positioned a little bit better. For non-VR, flashlights and UV lights will now turn on when swapping to the item if your shoulder light was on. So for VR players, non-VR players, now your items turn on whenever you select them and you're scrolling through or you're pressing any hotkey for those. January 24th, there was a on Tanglewood, lower the volume of the rain sound, the loudest sound in the game, next to that like loud breathy sound. I thought I had it on my soundboard, but I think I just have the croaky sound right now. For non-VR, swapping items from a turned on flashlight will now turn on your shoulder light automatically, so your in-game default very minimal light will always be on, even if you turn off your equipment item that would have a brighter light. Banshees will no longer listen for their non-target player's sound, so if you are trying to use the sound thing by exploiting or improvising during a hunt, Banshees are still going to go after their primary target. So I'm sure a handful of people may have noticed that, but just for what it's worth, Banshees are getting buffed, or have been buffed on the beta at least. Nothing again has changed in the retail release of the game for quite a while. So hopefully some of these changes with all of the pages of fixes, and I'll leave a link down in the description below if you care to take a look at any of the fixes that have been put in. But yeah, Banshees are getting buffed. And I know Revenants are on deck too, so they're supposed to be getting their speed buff soon. Changing the character will no longer unready everyone. I know that was kind of a troll / meme thing to do, but like people would get bored in the lobby, they start changing their character avatar, and all of a sudden like it resets everybody's attention span and nobody's ready to go for the map anymore. Increase the time that sounds can be detected by parabolic mic or sound sensor from 2 to 3 seconds, so you don't have to be extremely accurate with the parabolic mic anymore. Just kind of keep it pointed in the general direction of where you think you heard something, and kind of when you're just wandering around. Basically just use the tool, and it's not so sensitive now to where if you weren't aimed directly at the spot at that moment, you kind of have a little bit of a window to swing it around and get an idea, did it do something, and go from 0.0. Lowered the camera night vision brightness on all house maps. Again, similar to the one that was from January 30th for School and Asylum. I guess the night vision shader was just washed out and just crazy bright. So that's good. And then back on January 22nd, finally something new. A potential way for players on internet with restricted or strict firewalls. There's no settings that they can connect without having to use a VPN. So you can play the game if you have internet issue, I guess. And then the changes were on the prison, slightly lowered the volume of the ambient wind sound. So that loud howling wind that almost drowns out the in-game audio settings and volumes for most players, unless they're eating their microphone, that should be addressed now. So that's really all that's changed. Again, today's patch has been reverted. It seems like that happens anytime there's major hunt changes. Patch will go in early in the day, testing will get done, ghosts can't kill players, patch gets reverted following day, new patch comes out with additional fixes and the same change notes from the previous day. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I do want to start making other content and covering other games. I'm not gonna say I have been totally faithful to Phasmophobia. So yeah, I've also been playing The Medium as well as Devour, and I've been keeping track of Devour's changes, and that's another, 4-player co-op kind of supernatural thriller game. And if you guys would like me to cover that as well, please let me know. I'd like to diversify a little bit and not just be the Phasmophobia update guy or the guy who keeps taking apart Phasmophobia for you guys. I do have the video coming out this week for how to decompile the game and work through the video and audio and game assets and things yourself. So I've got a tutorial coming for that. So stay tuned. I know that a lot of people have asked about that. And if there's anything else you guys would like to see, please let me know down in the comments below. So thanks again for all the early support. I really appreciate the community here. It takes 1 second to say, like, subscribe, and it really helps the channel. It helps get the information out there, helps push these videos out to new people so the community can keep growing, we can keep the conversation going, and enjoy our time playing in this crazy, crazy world we live in. So thanks everybody. Have a great day. Stank out.